Hi, I've been using this for the last 4 months as my primary source of internet. My smartphone got very slow and I had to find an alternative so that I can have a consistent supply of internet speeds. So in this video, I'm going to be giving a full review of the 4G MiFi router, and I'm also going to be sharing with you what you can do in case it stops working. Watch this video until the end to get all the in-depth review and a final assessment and judgment of this gadget, whether to buy or not to buy. First things first, even before you purchase, you have to make sure that you get the right gadget that will work within your region. As you can see, this one, as it's stated, we have the portion where you have the frequency bands, which is B3, B1, B5, and I think B40. In my case, the bands that work in my country are B1 and B3. So this will work perfectly for my needs. And now that you've made your purchase, let's see what comes in the box. So you have a Type-C charger cable, it comes with the usual manual, and a rechargeable battery. This will come in handy when you're using it outside your home. And finally, but not least, you have your MiFi gadget. So let's just open it up and see what's inside. So you have the details, the login details to your portal, and the logging details to your Wi-Fi. So this can be changed later. I'm going to be explaining that. And of course, it comes with a SIM card slot. So it's using a micro SIM card. So we're going to go ahead and insert that one in there. The SIM card slot is not very ergonomic. It's quite a hassle inserting and removing the SIM card. That is one thing to note. And then we're going to go ahead and insert our battery, replace the cap, and then we are going to power our gadget. Powering your gadget is done by pressing on that button. And also we have that hole, that is a reset hole. So you're going to press the power button for about 15 to 26 seconds, and those lights come up. The first light to come up is the battery, and then you're going to give it some few seconds for the other indicator lights to come up on. That is the network, and in the middle you have the Wi-Fi indicator. So because I have been using it, I'm just going to go ahead and reset the gadget by inserting a wire through the hole and pressing for a few seconds, and the gadget is reset. So I'm going to try and sign in using the default provided passwords and username, which is right there, the 4G MiFi AAD, and the password as stated in your gadget are numerals from 1 to 9 and a 0 at the end, like that. Go ahead and connect it, and you are connected to the internet. And then now it's just doing a quick check whether the internet works. At this stage, I notice the internet is quite slow because of the placement of the MiFi. So I went ahead and placed it next to a window. Remember to block any direct sunlight because you don't want your MiFi to overheat. So when that was done, then I could finally play videos from my YouTube channel. And as you can see, Within no time, the videos play, albeit at a reduced resolution, but the videos play just perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and just click on another video just to see whether the switch in play is good and perfectly playing as expected. So the next step I'm going to do is that I'm just going to do a quick speed test using my browser just to see what speeds I am enjoying. And at those speeds, about 2 Mbps, you can easily download your videos if you're in no hurry. But earlier I had done another test using a different SIM card. This is Safaricom SIM card, which has faster speeds. As you can see, 24 Mbps. This is indoors near a windowsill. I also did another test outdoors using a Safaricom SIM card, and the speeds were as good or as equally good as the ones that were indoors. So when you're using the MiFi, it is also dependent on the SIM cards that you're using. The 2 Mbps was on Airtel, and this is on Safaricom, which is a faster SIM card. Next, I'm going to show you how you can change or you can customize your Wi-Fi account. So enter the 192 web address and the username and password as admin and sign in. Once you've signed in, you're going to see options where you can actually customize your MiFi. So first of all, there's an option to connect or disconnect your MiFi. This you can do from this portal, and also you can select the network. If you just want to use 3G, you can do so, or if you just want it to connect to 4G network, you can also do so. This is quite crucial, especially when you notice your MiFi is connecting and disconnecting. This means that one of the network is slower, usually the 4G. So you can just use the 3G, which is easier to connect, albeit it's a little bit slower, and you'll get consistent speeds. Next, we go to the network section, and you can change the name of your Wi-Fi network. This time we are going to call it Wi-Fi network. Also, just down there, you can select the number of users that are going to connect to your Wi-Fi. You can select 2, but in this case, I'm just going to leave it at the maximum 10. Personally, I've just been connecting one gadget because the MiFi has just replaced my phone. These are the security parameters. I'm just going to leave them as default. Security parameters meaning the password security. Also, we are going to change the password. Let me call it Evans 2026. Just a simple password that I can remember. And then once you've confirmed everything is okay, you're just going to click save. But what you'll notice is that it does not save both parameters. It will just save one of them. And so we're going to go ahead and confirm this by trying to sign in to our Wi-Fi network. So as you can see, the Wi-Fi network name has not changed. However, we are going to be prompted to enter a Wi-Fi password. So go ahead and enter the Wi-Fi password that we changed in the portal, and go ahead and click OK, and you will see that now the internet through the Wi-Fi connects. Then we go back to the portal, and then now we are going to change the name of our Wi-Fi network. On the back of this, I think it's wise just to change one parameter and save, and then come back and save and change the other parameter and save again. So we're going to save that. We're going to go back and log in again. And as you can see, the name has already changed successfully. And then we are going to go back to the portal so that we can explore other areas of customization. So you have the device information, the device operation. Of course, some of them are just details being provided for your specific network, but also you can customize like the APN configuration, though I choose to leave it as default. Then you have your SIM information. You can modify the password of this portal. And then you have the MAC address filter. Here you'll just see the gadgets that are connected to your network, and that shows you who or what device is connected. Also, you can update the software of your MiFi by downloading a file, locating it in your phone or your computer, and uploading it and successfully updating your software. So something else to note is that while you're using your MiFi, you don't need to constantly remove your SIM card to buy another bundle or to top up or update anything. You just need your app. In this case, I have my Airtel app, and as you can see, I have 9 GB balance on my internet bundle. So you can effectively buy your bundles through the app. The only thing you cannot do is you cannot use your SIM card to receive calls or to make calls, to receive messages or to send messages. As you can see, we have different bundles. I'm currently using the monthly bundle, the 1000 monthly bundle, which has 45 GB, and it comes bundled with voice and text bundle. So on to Safaricom, which is a much faster internet in my case. You could also just download the app and use it conveniently to buy your bundles or to renew your bundles. So what do you do when your MiFi stops working? This usually happens just in case you leave it out in the sun and the gadget or the battery overheats. So in this case, I tried pressing on the power button to see whether it will boot up. Nothing happened. I went ahead and removed the charging cable and then reinserted it. Then tried pressing the power button again to see whether it will work, and nothing was coming up. So the next thing I did was remove the charging cable, and then I went ahead and removed the battery and the SIM card. Go ahead and insert the SIM card back into your phone so that you can continue using the internet. And then I'm going to close this up by reinserting the battery and the cap and leave it there for about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I'm going to connect the charging cable and charge it for around 3 hours. After around 3 to 4 hours, now it's time to check whether our MiFi will power back on. I tried this again and nothing was working. So the next step is to disconnect the charging cable and also remove the battery. Just check the battery whether it's in good condition and mine is not swollen or damaged. And then now let's try and connect it directly to the power source. And as you can see, it's perfectly working. So what you do is that go ahead and remove the charging cable, replace the SIM card, and you are going now to replace the cap without the battery, and you can go ahead and use your MiFi directly using the charging cable by bypassing the battery functionality. So that's how you recover your damaged MiFi. And so for the big question, should you buy or should you not buy this MiFi gadget? Well, according to me, it depends who is asking. If you just require internet for browsing, downloading small movie files, uploading small files that are about 500 MB to 1 GB file size, and you're only connecting it to 1 or 2 devices, and you're working on a tight budget, then I would recommend you to buy this gadget. This is an unlocked universal gadget, so you are not locked just to one telco company. You can use 1 or 2 or 3 SIM cards depending on your taste and requirement. On the flip side, if you are one that requires to watch 4K videos and you're into gaming, you're connecting multiple devices, up to 5 or 6 devices, then this is not your gadget. This gadget will disappoint you because the speeds parameters are not as high as those that will facilitate you to watch up to 4K videos. And in case you would want to advance, then I would recommend this 4G router, 300 Mbps in speeds. This is compared to the 150 Mbps 10 user MiFi. And if you look closely at the frequency bands, this one has more bands, hence giving you a wider parameter to connect more SIM cards and to have a stronger internet connection. And also, you have the option of connecting it to the fixed internet, as it comes with the ports required for that. Thank you so much for watching. My hope is that you've learned something new today from my experience by using that MiFi for the last 4 months. This is an honest review that is not affiliated to these companies. I'm going to be doing more reviews on similar products each time I get to use them. So make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment below if you have a better option or you have some feedback on this MiFi router if you've used it before. I'm going to be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.